Our food supply really depends upon a few inches of topsoil, which are disappearing, and a handful of seeds, which are also disappearing, and a little bit of water, which, by the way, happens to also be disappearing.
I'm not certain why it hasn't shown up sooner, but for a long time the world has actually been eating more than we've been able to produce. There isn't a surplus of food.
Less and less it's a system designed to maximize production of food, and more it's a system designed to maximize the production of profits.
Food. Our lives depend on it. In the supermarket, it looks like there's a lot of food. But is this abundant supply of inexpensive food an illusion? We have a food system that literally runs on oil. Our crops are at risk from climate change, and we're losing control of our food supply.
Our food supply is at risk. Without the demands of climate change, we'd be in trouble.
It's not just climate change or the price of oil that now threatens our food supply. It's those who want to control it. From the seeds we plant, to the crops we grow, to the food on our tables, the future of our food supply is being hijacked.
It's probably a surprise to most people who live in cities still that our food supply really depends upon a few inches of topsoil, which are disappearing, and a handful of seeds, which are also disappearing, and a little bit of water, which, by the way, happens to also be disappearing. It's a very fragile base of raw materials that get food on the table every year. And probably of all of those areas, soil, topsoil, and water, seeds are really the most vulnerable. They've been disappearing rapidly and are continuing to evaporate around us every growing season.
Terry Boehm is one of those people who grow our food. For 4 generations, this farm has supported his family and helped feed us. It's spring and time to plant seeds. Seeds he saved from last year's crop. But every year, there's a lot that can go wrong.
You never know what the weather will do to you. You can have a hailstorm and have your crop destroyed that looks wonderful. Early frost, droughts can take away your year's work. But what's happening is the ability of me to be able to control some of my costs, and by seed saving and doing what farmers have always done, is being infringed upon. And indeed, multinational companies have recognized how much wealth can be generated by control of the seed. And when they have control of the seed, they'll have control of the food system and how your food is produced.